Hey guys, happy Monday. Today I just wanted to jump on and talk about the mental side of a health and fitness journey. A lot of us get into this journey because we are uncomfortable or don't feel confident in our skin or just feel like we could be doing better about taking care of ourselves. And the initial thought for most people is that I just need to go directly into a fat loss phase. If I just eat less and move more, I'm going to succeed. And from the law of thermodynamics, that is true. Eating less and moving more will put you in a calorie deficit and will cause weight loss. The reason that most people fail with this is because of the fact that it's usually not sustainable to just go that route right off the bat. Most people haven't spent enough time building muscle and building a metabolism that will support a calorie deficit, especially if we have a longer term fat loss goal or like a larger amount of fat to lose in that goal. And this is where the mental piece really kicks in because it's super challenging to go into this thinking, I need to lose 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 plus pounds of fat. And I'm not going to start by trying to lose fat. I'm going to start by trying to build a foundation for long term success with my health, which may actually move me in the opposite direction for a short period of time. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we have to focus on building muscle and speeding up your metabolism. And sometimes that means the scale actually ends up going up. Now, when doing this correctly, more often than not, the reason the scale is moving up is because of muscle gain, not because of fat gain. However, sometimes there is a little bit of fat gain that accompanies it. But even just taking that step initially is really challenging mentally. And this is where most of my clients, myself included, when I went through this process, all struggle is to think, again, I want to lose fat, and you're going to start by telling me we're going to build. But this is the right way to go about it. And through this building phase, there's usually a lot of discomfort mentally. Because again, we're looking in the opposite direction of our goal for a short period of time, and our body is changing. And our head plays a lot of tricks on us, so we tend to think that all the weight we gain is fat, that we're, getting really big, and that we're really filling out our clothes, and that you just feel super uncomfortable and your stomach is 3 times the size that it was a week ago. And these are very common things that people experience and make this phase challenging. But know that almost everybody goes through this. And on the other side is the actual goal that people want to accomplish, which is long term fat loss. Not just losing the weight, but actually being able to keep it off. Because that's where people struggle. If you talk to most people, they've lost weight at some point in their life, but they always come back because so did the weight. It's because they missed this first step and they're not willing to go through that mental, uncomfortable, physical, uncomfortable feeling of pushing the other direction, increasing food, trying to get as strong as possible, building some muscle, even though, again, I want to lose the fat and I want to see the scale come down. And the mental side of this can be extraordinarily challenging. It can really feel like, and often does, feel like you are backsliding a lot. But let me just tell you, as long as you're not going absolutely crazy and eating like a complete crazy person, and your strength is improving, your energy is improving, your sleep is improving, all of those things are improving. If you can look and remove the physical side of things for just a minute and go and look at yourself and say, I I'm healthier. Feel healthier, my body seems healthier. That is an indicator that you are going in the right direction. And if you keep following that, you will get to a point where your calories are very high and you are basically sick of eating, and that is when you go into your fat loss phase because now you have a ton of room to play with and you established a really good base of health to start. But if you skip that phase, then again, you might lose the weight, but you'll very likely put it back on, and then you're having the same conversation a year later. So when you go into these phases and when you're in them, or thinking about going into them, the thing I want you to really ask yourself is, am I okay with some short-term discomfort? Short-term could be anywhere between 1 to 6 months, to be honest. Am I okay with some short-term discomfort for lifelong results? Does that seem like a fair trade to me? And I think this is a conversation that you should really have with yourself, because it is what's going to set you up for success. So if you're in this process and you're feeling these struggles, I just want you to know that there's many people that are, and there's many people that have gone through it and have seen a huge amount of success. What I tell all my clients is the only way to fail is not to try. And if you're thinking about this, or this sounds absolutely crazy, what I want you to reflect on is, have you or someone you know lost weight in the past just by cutting calories and increasing movement, and then gained it all back? Because if so, it's probably going to happen if you do it the same way again, right? We need to try something different. So I encourage you to be comfortable being uncomfortable. As weird as that sounds, mentally we need to be in a place of discomfort, because we're doing things different. It's going to be a big change that comes with discomfort. And if you can commit to getting through that and doing so without beating yourself up and giving yourself some grace, then the chances of success on the other side are so much higher. So I hope this helps, just to kind of set the table for what this process can feel like mentally, but also giving a little comfort to those people that are currently in it. As always, if you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to reach out or comment below, and I'll talk to you guys soon.